So a little about me. I will eat anything if it is edible. Eyeballs, jellyfish, frog legs, and today, snails. How do I even go about getting these things?
For calling your neighborhood PetSmart, where we'll do anything for pets.
PetSmart, how can I assist you?
Everybody should know how to use a knife.
Use everything, waste nothing. Let's start at the beginning.
It ain't that hard, okay?
I'm Mitch May. I'm learning how to cook in Anthony Bourdain's cookbook, every freaking recipe. Today, escargot, slimy guys, snails. I've never had snails before, but I'm excited to try them as usual. Where did I get them from? Gotta go back in time a bit.
Our team is busy assisting other pet parents.
PetSmart, how can I assist you?
Hi, do you carry snails?
We don't have any snails at the moment, though. We won't get another delivery until Thursday.
Aquarium Center.
Hi, do you have snails in stock?
They're pretty big. I think like an inch around.
Cool, okay.
Yeah, I didn't do that. Very interesting thing. Bourdain has unveiled most restaurants get them from cans. They get them from f***ing cans. And they just put them in shells that they buy. He says that it's very hard to get snails fresh. I got canned snails from my purveyor Bezos. The first batch I got was no good. I'm gonna show you that. So I got another can imported from France and it is called Helix Pomatia. It is described as the Kobe beef of snails. That's probably a marketing strategy. They are already cooked. Take the snails, saute them up, put them on a baguette and call it a day. Oh, also Bourdain says these have a tendency to explode. For whatever reason, they tend to just hot butter or juice or whatever's inside of them. So I'll be sure to buy a few more white t-shirts. Let's break it down. I have a can of 24 snails and I did buy the shells online. 1 shallot, half a cup white wine, 1 head of garlic, 1 ounce flat parsley leaves, 4 ounces butter, salt and pepper, and we're gonna slice up a baguette. Let's get moving. So we got some prep to do, but I wanna show you these cans of snails that I got. I would never go to PetSmart to buy snails, unless they were big enough. So I'd like to show you our beautiful can of snails here. This is the first can I bought. Look at this. There is a slight bulging of the lid. That could kill you. If your lid to a can is concave, bulbous, hill-like, I don't know, that means it's improperly sealed. Even the can itself looks a little sketchy. I don't know if you can see the rust there, but not a fan. What I did get was a different brand. And as you can see, that can, the lid is nice and sealed. This I'm going to link in the description down below if you're interested to buy yourself some slimy guys. So there we have it. You saw the cans. We gotta knock out some quick prep. A little sexy herb butter. Bourdain calls for a food processor. I don't have one. Let's get a head of garlic separated. Can't say I know how to do that exactly. I'm just gonna give it a swift crack, mayhaps. Worked pretty good actually. The smell of garlic, just good lord. Peels open. There we have her. Cute, isn't she? Actually gonna crack first like an assembly line. Garlic separated, hands sticky. I'm just gonna get these little nibs off right there. Next we're gonna mince the garlic, get it paste-like almost. It is time for a little pro trick. What we can do to make this garlic nice and paste-like is add some salt. Salt helps break down the garlic. Now I suppose like a bigger knife would help, but you're really just working that garlic into the salt. Fun fact though, I've never done this before. So I probably should have like minced it up a little better. Really working out the buys and tries. Out of breath. Let's hit it with a little more salt rhythm going on. There we have it, nice and pasty. And as a bonus, the cutting board will smell like garlic for the next 10 years. Now I gotta chop up some parsley finally. While I'm fighting to keep my arm on, let's do a little comment of the week. Ruben Clark, thanks for your comment. I'm happy you like the vibes here. Keep your eyes open for a little vegetarian dish. Does this do anything? I have no clue. Final little look at this. I like sawed my friggin' fingies. How did I chop that caused that? Ah, yeah. Every time I went in like that, it chewed up my fingy. No problem though, it's just skin. Thinly slice a shallot. Could go a little thinner, but that'll suffice. Woo! Starting to cry a bit. Get this off to the side, and then we're gonna mix up our butter. Bink, garlic paste, bink, and our lawn clippings. I'm gonna add a little white pepper as well. Spatula and just mix this up. Note, the butter is softened. There we have it, nice and mixed up. You know, probably could be a little more emulsified, but I'm happy with that. Let's look at our snails. These are pre-cooked, and the directions say drain the contents of the can, rinse the snails, and let them dry. Okay, France, what do you have to say? Ooh, Yum. Dump. Oh, yeah. Oh, man, yeah. I'd be lying if I said I wasn't intimidated. It's a strong smell. It's a very weird, strong smell. Ooh. Holy, it's a very strong smell. Gonna rinse these. Ooh. The snails have been rinsed. We shall pat them down. In the small sauté pan, combine the snails, shallot, and white wine and bring to a simmer. Worth noting, he says bring this to a simmer, but he doesn't say keep cooking it at a simmer or what. So brought down the temperature to about medium low, and I'm gonna let them vibe out, cook for 15 minutes. Halfway in, looking interesting. Their texture has actually softened up a bit, and I don't want to overcook the snails. Just gonna hit them with a little more wine. I'm happier with that. It's looking like it should. I'm getting a little scared. They feel like they're about to erupt or something. I feel like they're gonna get a little chewy. So we take them off the heat. Now we take the snail shells and put a little Bourdain in them. Shells of the snail. I took a plastic bag, cut off the tip, and jammed the butter in there. So now it's easy to pipe. Give this a twister, pipe a little action in there. This is a great time to ask, how do you feel about snails? Have you had them? Have you despised them? Slide our escargots over here. Just put them in there. Just pop it in there. I'm getting nervous. Look at my hands shaking. Oh, it's dead. It's dead, Mitch. I don't know why that looked like it had a little face to it. Get the in there. Get in there. Now we're just gonna hit them with a cute little dollop of our butter. In theory, I wanted to make it pretty and do like something like that, but the butter is going to melt, so doesn't mean Simply preheat the oven to the broil. Broil until the butter is sizzling. You ready? I am. There's something nice about them. Scoop it out. Nice little crusty baguette. Let's try it. Kind of hard to put into words. Let me try another one. Juicify. It's definitely lost that heavy, weird, musky smell when I ripped it right out of the can. It's pretty hard to describe that flavor. Seafoody. It's not bad. It kind of reminds me of somewhere between a clam and a mussel. They're a little chewy. Kind of had a hunch. Cooking it for so long, I feel as if it's a bit of a more just posh thing to eat. I like it, you know. I would eat again. If I went into a restaurant and they had escargot, just to see how they do it versus my first time Mitch rendition. If I were to make this again, probably use a food processor to blend up all of the butter, garlic, and parsley. Maybe even go lighter with the parsley. It seems just a little too green. Probably just simmer these guys for maybe like a minute or two just to get them warmed through. Let me know what you think about snails, because they're surprisingly all right. Mild in flavor versus what I was expecting for such a slimy, freaky, alien-like looking thing. If you want to support what we're doing here, join the crew, subscribe. It means a lot. I usually never thought about subscribing until I made videos myself. It really does help. Every recipe, blood, guts, bistro fare. This was back to Bourdain.
Stay organized and clean up after yourself. You do the best you can.
It is so convenient working in this environment.